This is Cliff Evans. I'll be talking with Duke Snider going in 5. Duke Snider, you're one of baseball's all-time greats. Certainly here with the Brooklyn Dodgers, you're the all-time center fielder. Does this mean anything to you, the fact that I, not a baseball man, say that you are a great player?
Well, Cliff, I'm real happy to have been with the Dodger Ball Club all these years, and I've been very fortunate to be on some great ball teams, and that always enters into being a successful ball player, being able to get into World Series competition and then have some opportunities to do well, and all this adds up to a very satisfying career as far as I'm concerned.
Of course, this is the most self-effacing description I've ever heard. The fact that you got into World Series and all of it is absolutely irrelevant. The point is, Duke Snider, over the years, you've proven to be one of the most courageous players. You've played on the great handicap. You've proven to be one of the superior ball players. And you went through a period when things were kind of slow, and yet you overcame all that. And this all adds up to being an outstanding, a superior top ball player. But I was wondering whether baseball, after a number of years, whether it reaches a point where it's a chore, where it becomes difficult to play, where one just wants a season to start and then a season to end. Do you still get the kicks out of playing Major League Ball?
Yes, I do. I enjoy playing baseball. It's not just a point of actually a job. I wouldn't be as good a ball player as I have been if I didn't enjoy playing baseball. There's a difference. Everybody does better when they're doing something they like to do. I feel that as far as my own self is concerned, I've sure enjoyed my years in professional baseball, and I look forward to a few more. As you say, I have had some handicaps. About 3-4 years ago, I had a knee operation, and I had to battle back and establish myself again as a hitter, and I think I did that last year, and I feel great this year. I just hope that luck's with me for one more year.
Oh, I'm sure, I don't know about luck, but I'm sure talent will stay with you for one more year. Duke Snider, as a hitter, is there any basic guidance that you can give to younger folks listening in of Little League age? Any basic guidance in hitting?
The basic fundamentals of hitting are taught, I know, by most Little League managers and on up to the Pony Leagues and right in through high school. The only one thing or two things actually I could tell the young ball players is to practice as much as possible, and also to keep their eye on the ball and don't be over anxious. Just keep their eye on the ball as it's coming up to the plate, see it real good, and then hit it. Most boys are over anxious and they take their eye off the ball, and then they lunge and they take their eye off the ball, and they just don't get a real good swing at the ball.
Duke, when the day comes, as it must to all men, when you retire from Major League Baseball, what will you be doing then?
Well, I'm not sure, actually. I have a avocado and lemon ranch in Fallbrook, California, and I also have a part interest in a bowling alley in Fallbrook, and I'm not sure just yet. I think I would kind of like to stay in baseball for a while as of now and take each year as it comes and possibly go into the coaching end of it, maybe manage in the minor leagues. I don't know. It depends on what opportunities are available when I do feel that I can't help a ball club win baseball games anymore.
Well, I think that's good news for baseball, the fact that you want to stay in the game. Is there any one player, is there any one hitter that you've seen over the years who stands out, in your opinion, as a real first-class top hitter?
Well, we have quite a few in the National League that have been real top hitters for many years, and some young fellows coming along that look like they're going to be top hitters. But I'm sitting here looking at a picture of a fellow that wasn't a great hitter, but to me he was an all-around ball player and one of the greatest guys I've ever met in baseball. It was Pee Wee Reese. He helped me to no end to control my temper and emotions and make me a better ball player. But getting to hitters, why, I think watching Stan Musial every time we played the Cardinals was a great experience and one I'll never forget.
Duke Snider, how does a baseball player prepare for the future, prepare for that day when he no longer will play? I say this because you're a star. That means for a number of years, wherever you go, people intrude. They touch you. They ask for autographs. Sometimes they're a little rougher than they should be. But the matter of privacy is something that you cannot enjoy. Your name is in the paper so very often. There must come a time, of course, when you no longer will play. I'm not asking this of you only, but of any ball player who's been a star, then he reaches the end of that career. Can a fellow adjust to the time when he no longer is a player, when he's a little older, when fame no longer is there?
Well, definitely you adjust. I don't feel that it's too big a problem. You realize in your own mind and your own self that you're not able to do the job that you were doing in the past, and you adjust yourself to the coaching lines or scouting lines in baseball, or if you have to leave the game altogether. I think that's where the toughest part would come in. I know that several friends of mine who have left baseball, every spring while you're around them and see them, they're talking baseball, and they haven't mentioned it all winter practically, but all of a sudden why spring training time almost rolls around, all they're talking baseball, and it hurts them quite a bit. And I feel that if you can stay in contact somewhat with the game, why it won't be as tough to leave it.
Duke Snider and I are sitting here talking in the lobby at Vero Beach, and as Duke referred just a moment ago to a picture directly before him of Pee Wee Reese, there are a few other pictures, and Duke, let me ask you about them. These are former teammates of yours. Gil Hodges, how would you describe him?
Well, Gil, to me, is one of the finest first basemen and competitors that I've ever seen again in baseball, and a wonderful guy. He never said anything bad about anyone. He just went out and did a job every day, and did a terrific job, as you know and everyone else knows. And I just can't say enough for Gil as far as his character and what a wonderful guy it was to be around, and I sure miss him this year.
There's another picture here of Cookie Lavagetto.
I didn't know Cookie real well. He was about at the end of his career when I came up to the Dodgers, but he was a real smooth fellow, and I had a lot of fun joking with him. He liked to have some fun and joke around. A good third baseman at one time, a good infielder at one time, and a real good clutch hitter, as he proved in the World Series when he broke up that no-hitter that Bevins had. But as I say, I can't say...
That was against the Yankees, of course.
Yes, it was. I can't say too much about Cookie because I didn't know him as well as I did some of these other players.
Well, there's one more picture before us, Duke, and that's of Jackie Robinson. What was he like as a teammate?
The fiercest competitor I've ever seen. He hated to lose. We all hated to lose, but Jackie showed it just a little bit more than the rest of us did. He had more than one way to beat you, and he would sure try and do everything possible. If he couldn't do it with his bat or his feet or his arm, why, he'd try and do it with his voice. He was just that type of ball player. He'd do anything in the world to beat you, and by golly, that's a great thing to have going for you.
Those are the views of a man who certainly is one of the all-time greats in baseball, but this is a man who can best be described by other ball players when they say, Duke Snider, he's a pro. And this they say with much regard and much respect. This is Cliff Evans reporting from Vero Beach, spring training camp of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And to you, Duke Snider, as always, the very best of good luck.
Thank you very much, Cliff.